Good morning, guys.
That was a little too much rhyming, but go for it.
Hey, guys, I just turned 65 last May, and I'll be 66, of course, this May. Is there any advantage for me, other than a few $100, to not take my retirement right now? I want to keep working, but I noticed the difference is only about $100 a month if I take it now, and if I wait till the beginning of May.
Joe, are you married?
Yes.
Well, that could be one advantage is waiting, which is depending upon what your wife's benefit is. As you continue to wait on your own benefit, you're increasing that for her in the event that you might predecease her, so you're increasing what benefit she would receive.
Oh, yeah.
That's an important one. I guess the other question is, since you're within a year of normal retirement age, which would be 66, how much do you plan on earning this year?
Well, I think I can. I think I read I can earn up to $44,000 a year without being penalized.
That's true.
That's correct. So my question is, are you going to go over that amount, or you're not going to go over that amount?
No, I won't go over that amount. I don't make that much money.
Okay.
So, yeah, that wouldn't be a factor. I think I could still work 40 hours, and you know, my thing is I can make $2,000. The government's going to give me $2,000 right now if I want it.
Right.
If I wait 5, 6, well, actually, if I wait 9 months, they're going to give me, you know, $2,100. Is it really worth missing all those $2,000 just to get an extra $100 every month for the rest of my life? Of course, it's got to figure out how long I'm going to live, which nobody knows.
Okay, well, let's try to answer that question, and let's come at it from a couple different points. Okay, first one is, you're right. Nobody knows how long anybody will have the chance to stay on the planet, but if you do make it to age 83, that's really the break-even point for putting off 1 year. My other question would be, since you're taking this money, you're going to be, half of it is going to be included for federal income tax purposes. Actually, in your case, I guess it'll actually be 85% because of the amount of earned income you have. My question would be, are you going to be dedicating this money to any specific purpose? Like paying off a mortgage or putting it away in terms of maybe increasing your emergency fund for when you leave or fund money? I mean, what are you going to do with the dough?
Probably a combination of saving as much as I can, but I'm in a situation now where we're raising our 2 grandkids, and our bills are you know, we're not making what we are paying out. We're kind of living in a deficit, so that extra $2,000 a month would allow me to put a little more money into savings, or you know, to pay a few more bills faster.
Well, good. Then it sounds like you have every reason in the world to do it. You know, this is all gray. You know, the truth is that, you know, we can look back 5, 10 years down the road and go, oh, well, you know, I should have waited and I would have got that extra $100. Well, we deal with things as they are right now. I mean, obviously, if you're in a position where you can even out your cash flow so that you're not negative cash flowing, if the Social Security fills that gap, life is good.
Go for it.
You know, I would certainly suggest for you to go for it. What do you think, Aaron?
I completely agree. That's the perfect reason to take, and in most cases, just like Joe mentioned, I know that the benefit's going to increase every year, but in reality, most people take either early or at their full retirement age because, just like in Joe's situation, they can't wait. They need the money to make their lives work so they're not negative cash flowing, or then everyone would wait till 70 years old to get the maximum possible benefit.
Yeah, and Joe sounds like he's really thought about this a lot before giving us a call.
I have. I think you guys have pretty much made up my mind for myself. I'm thinking the same way. I needed your information. I called you a couple months ago, and you suggested that I not take Medicare Part B because I was getting it through my wife's employer.
There you go.
I did that, and it was one of the wisest things I've done. I appreciate that help that you guys gave me. So figured I'd come to the experts to get backed up on what I was thinking.
Well, thank you, Cousin Joe. We appreciate that.
All right, I'll call you next week.
Very good.
Excellent.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
A few regulars now?
You know, unfortunately, we've never met with Joe.
No.
So I'm glad that his advice was something that was useful for him. It was helpful for him. You know, it's unfortunately sometimes it feels like, you know, we're doctors who are giving out prescriptions without actually examining the people. But I'm glad this worked out for him. In his case, since he's thought about this so much, if we were sitting down in a coaching session together, I would probably say, let's deal with the negative cash flow first, right?
Right.
Then I would say, let's also look at dealing with any outstanding indebtedness he has. So that what we can do is, since he has second generation that he's assisting in bringing up, that what we can try to do is free up his cash flow.
Yes.
In such a way so that with less bills he can have more fun with the grandkids.
Makes sense to me.
And then also obviously position himself so that when he does retire,
he's not back in the same position of a negative cash flow.
Exactly. That's probably the best thing to do. And hopefully he'll come in and visit with us for a coaching session. I'd like to meet him.
Yes, it's always nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to give you a checkup, and really that's sort of something that you can also expect in a coaching session. We're going to ask a lot of questions.
That's right.
Many of them are factual questions or fact-based questions. We need to find out where assets are, what the amounts are, what your benefits you're eligible for. A lot of those numbers part, but we also have to ask some other questions, right?
Yeah, sometimes we have to ask some personal questions.
We ask a lot of personal questions.
Yes.
I mean, our interest here is really finding out about you, is really about your family values. And everybody's a little bit different, especially when it comes to dealing with children, dealing with grandchildren financially, dealing with parents financially. Joe, as he mentioned, he's in a situation where he's helping out. We've seen that a lot.
And I read an article pretty recently that talked about the baby boomer generation, or the tail end of the baby boomer generation. So mainly the clients we work with, 55 to 75, have become what's now called the sandwich generation, because not only are you helping your own children or potentially grandchildren, but also helping parents. So you could be helping one or the other or both at the same time, and that can really put a strain on your finances and your ability to retire.
Yeah, and I think for us as advisors, what's important really is to find out how you want to approach these subjects. Everybody is different. We all come to these decisions about assisting kids with college educations. How are we going to financially assist parents if we have to? How do we deal with loaning kids money, helping them set up, etc.? All these things, usually you have your own baggage. You have those things that influence you, whether it was how your parents treated you in these situations, how you've seen other friends do it, articles you've written, but these are all extremely personal, and our job, I've always felt, is to be enablers, right?
Right, we're not there to decide or judge.
We're not Susie Orman.
Right, we're not there to decide or judge what your decisions are, just either help you achieve them or give you the option